Hey, it's Ben here for the Strength Factory, and today I've got a bike check for my brand new Vitus E-Sommet 297 VRS. For 2023 then, the E-Sommet platform has just seen a few tweaks. It's basically colours and build spec. So this VRS model comes in at a penny under £5,000. As usual with the Vitus, it is insane value for money for the level of performance you get. When you look at the big brands, like these big American brands that we all know, basically you can't even get an e-bike, you can't even get a decent pedal bike for £5,000, let alone what this thing can do. So let's take a look at a few highlights. So first of all, it's a 170mm travel enduro bike basically, and it's got a very trendy, which I love, mullet setup. 29 at the front, 27-inch wheel at the back, and for me that is the optimum for cornering, for stability, for speed and for fun. Too many of these bike check videos just list off the spec, and you can bloody read that. I'll put it below this in the description, or you can look it on the website. So let's talk about some interesting stuff. First of all, I am just under 5'10", 176 or 7 centimeters, and I normally ride a size large bike. My previous e-bike was a large, my enduro bike is a large, but I've gone for the medium on this, and I'll tell you why. Basically, with an e-bike, the weight of it, I think, creates a lot of the stability you get from the length in the size large. And so for me, the e-bike is supplemental to my pedal bike riding, okay? It's something I love doing in its own right, but I use it as a tool to help me be a better racer and rider on my other bike. By downsizing to the medium, what I'm looking for is a bit more maneuverability than I would get on a size large e-bike, but I'm still going to get that stability and that planted feel just from the sheer weight, especially down low, of the battery and the motor. I'm going to be letting you know how I get on with this over the winter months, where for me the e-bike is all about skill acquisition, skill improvement, and just having fun with my mates in the woods. Another couple of highlights that you always get when you buy a Vitus is that the first thing is you get decent tyres, and it's so refreshing. Both ends we've got Maxxis double down tyres, got the Ascot at the front, high roller at the rear. Straight away, they're good to go. You don't need to change them out. Like you get some brands, they want to put a lighter weight on the spec sheet, so they spec shit tyres. Not interested. As usual, I'm running Rimpact. They're one of my sponsors. It's a product I really believe in. I literally do not ride a mountain bike without Rimpact now, and I haven't done for a couple of years, and I don't intend to for as long as I can care to think about. Other things, again, that Vitus just get right, and that this bike has: frame protection, a standard from the factory on what's a really affordable e-bike, and it's already got plastic frame protection. So when you're spending £5,000 on a bike, actually it's going to stay looking sweet for a long time to come, as long as you look after it. The build kit on here is going to be really familiar to most riders, and it's all stuff that I've ridden before, except one thing that is new to me is these SRAM DB8 brakes, and it's a new product from SRAM. High power, but at the budget end of the market, so going to be really interested to see how they stand up to a winter of abuse. I've then finished off the build with a set of Carder 10-4 flat pedals. Number one, I'm flat pedal for life. Number two, Carder make awesome pedals just down the road in Devon, here in the UK. Super high quality. These have been running for about 15 months. They've been to Morzine, and they're absolutely good as new, bar a few scratches. Obviously then, this is an e-bike, and for me an e-bike is basically motorized self uplift, okay? It's packing a Shimano EP8 motor, which has been around a couple of years, but certainly my experience has actually been really reliable, and it just gives me what I need to smash me to the top of the hill. We're running a high capacity 630 watt hour battery, and on the Vitus now they've got an improved battery cover compared to the one on my previous E-Sommet. This one's a lot quieter and a lot more robust. Speaking of quiet, they've also got the newer chain slap protection on the chainstay there, keeping things running smoothly. To put the power into that motor unit and into the computer that figures it all out, we're running some E13 cranks, okay? And like a lot of e-bikes, they're 165mm long, so they're shorter than on your typical pedal mountain bike. And I think that what they're assuming there is that people are going to be pedaling up trickier, steeper, gnarlier terrain, and you want a bit more pedal clearance. It's something that certainly interests me, and in fact on my pedal bike, on my Sommet enduro bike, I'm currently running a set of 155mm Hope cranks as a bit of an experiment, which I'm going to be talking about in a video soon. Whilst these E-Sommets are completely sorted and ready to go out of the box, there's a few little plans I've got for it. Number one, I'm going to get my bars chopped down to 750, which is my preferred width these days. If you haven't already, then check out, I've got a very popular video about bar width. I'll make sure I bang a link above there. Number two is one of the features of modern forks, luckily, and including these Zebs, is they've got the tabs to put a good quality mud guard on there without having to cable tie it. That's a really great thing in my opinion, and with the winter conditions around here, I'm definitely going to need that. I might go for a higher rise bar as well. I've got one in the shed that I might put on there as a little experiment. This one comes with a 12mm rise, and I'm wondering if it might just feel a little low for my personal preferences, so I might just bang it up a little higher. Out of the box, the forks actually feel really good. A lot of new forks these days seem to come quite tightly bound up, and certainly the Fox forks on my enduro bike were pretty tight, and I had to get the bushings resized. Out of the box, these feel really good, so hopefully I won't have to do that. Finally, I do like the idea of my bikes sort of feeling quite similar, so I can cross over between them, even though I'm a size medium and a size large. So I'm going to see how I get on, but I might go to a coil shock on the rear of this as well, so it complements my enduro bike as well. So there you go, that is the 2023 Vitus E-Sommet 297 VRS. You can spend a bit more money and get the flashy one above it, or a bit less money and get the more basic one below it. But for me, this is an amazing all-round bike, and I can't wait to get stuck into riding it this winter. If you want to check out the bike or get yourself one from Chain Reaction, make sure you hit the link below. And if you've got any questions about this bike or about any of my bikes, then make sure you just drop me a line and I'll get straight back to you.